All right, welcome in. AJ, let's talk sports. Ohio State versus Akron. This is the post-game highlights show. We're going to do stats and figures for you, team stats, as well as Akron. Ohio State goes down, goes 3 and out. Akron comes down, gets the field goal. And then Will Howard had himself a really good day as he throws the true freshman from South Florida, one of the better recruits that we're going to have as a wide receiver spot, Jeremiah Smith, gets on the board as he gets the first touchdown, and that's his first touchdown of his college career. And then Denzel Burke, he gets the INT as the Ohio State Bucket goes 7-3, starting late. We're starting a little late. Now we're just having a field goal. 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half, and they're only up 10-3, but more to come on the highlights in the second half. Now here comes Will Howard again, throws it, and that is a touchdown to Jeremiah Smith again. That's 2-time touchdowns. Now it's 17-3. Akron has to go and try to punt it to the left side. Try to do a coffin corner, but he doesn't get it. And here comes the run. Who is that? Number 1 for Ohio State. He takes it up about 35 yards or something like that. Does a pretty good job. They have 100 rushing yards so far on the day right here in the third quarter with 8 minutes left. Will Howard throws a bomb deep to who else? Jeremiah Smith had himself a day. Didn't quite get 100 yards, but we'll see the stats and the team stats later here in a second. And then they throw it up, run it up the gut. Is that Judkins? I believe that's Judkins for the touchdown. And that's how you get the job done on first and goal. 7:46 left in the third. Akron has the ball, 24-3. The Zips are trying to come down and do something with it. But fumble! And here comes Ohio State, picks it up, scoop, and score. And that's how you get the job done with 7.5 left to go in the third. And Ohio State's defense goes crazy here in the second half. And then the Akron field goal, they actually get it. So they have 2 field goals here in the game on 4th and 1 with 3.5 left to go. But 31-6, Howard and his team are coming down the field. And he hands it off to the back. And I think that's Trevion Henderson. He gets the score, 38-6 at this point with 10 minutes left to go. Not covering the spread, but we won't talk about that. And that was a nice play as that Tate goes back and forth, right, left, jukes, and Tate gets the score. Sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. It tips the ball up in the air and then picks 6 to make it a really nice showing for Ohio State at home in the shoe. And that goes 52-6. And let's check out the team stats here as we look at first downs. 52-6 total. Well, you're going too fast for me there, bud. 107 yards rushing to 47. They had 7 penalties for 45 yards. For Akron, only 5 turnovers. 3 for Akron, 0 for Ohio State. Time of possession actually goes to Akron, but we get the win. And that's how you get the job done as we look at the horseshoe with the nice American flag there. Now we're going 2 player stats. Will Howard, 17-28, 228 yards, 3 touchdowns, no INTs, 70.2 QBR rating. Henderson was 65 yards on 8 carries. Judkins, 55 yards on 13 carries. Judkins and Peoples. Peoples is the one that got the score there, and they both have rushing touchdowns. 2 rushing touchdowns on the day with 170 total rushing yards. Receiving, Jeremiah Smith, 92, 2 touchdowns, 45 the longest. You saw it on the highlight. Carnell Tate, 58 yards and a touchdown. So 2 touchdowns for Smith and a touchdown for Tate. And we saw that on the highlight there. Now we're going to be looking at the Ohio State defense with the fumble, but Will Howard did get a fumble, but they didn't lose it. So take a look at the defense. Ransom with 9 total tackles, 5 solo. Tackle for loss, 2. And look at the sacks. Williams had a sack. C.J. Hicks, the linebacker, he had a sack. I didn't have that on the highlight. There's some tackle for losses there. Then we had JT with a 1.5 sacks. Kenyatta Jackson Jr. with a half sack. Melton and Caleb Downs in there from the safety spot with a half sack as well. So we had 5 total sacks in the game with 32 solo tackles and 68 tackles total. Gabe Powers and Denzel Burke with both INTs. Powers had a nice 29-yard return. And then kick returns, Jaden Ballard didn't really do that much. Brandon Enos did all right with 60 yards. Jaden Fielding goes 1 for 1 and 7 for 7 on the year, so he's perfect. So look for him to dominate. But Ohio State gets to win. Hope you guys enjoyed the highlights and the team stats and individual stats as well. Look forward to the rest of the season as we play Western Michigan here this weekend. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Feedback helps. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.